Well, it's time now for Media Watch, and Deeptika Laurent is here with us in the studio. Hi there, Deeptika. And you're starting tonight with a bit more detail on one of our top stories. This is that two people, a man and a woman, have been arrested after a car full of gas canisters was found parked outside the Notre Dame cathedral.
That's right, Laura. Well, you know, many people are obviously thinking this was a test run for a possible terror attack. And this Facebook post from Rhonda Balance, the terror threat in France, continues a pretty simple line. But I think it really does resonate because, you know, it does remind us that we can never, ever be too complacent, you know.
Right.
Just when things are getting a little bit calmer, you know, something like this happens. Now, it's been sort of posted all across the media, you know, the news. This is on the Huffington Post. They called it an explosive discovery. And, you know, there's a lot of anger once more against French authorities. I want to show you this tweet from Karen Tardy, who's, I think she's a historian. She critiques the authorities, and in this tweet says, you know, we've gone from garde statique, you know, sort of stationary police in one area, to a garde dynamique, mobile police, which means they're not capable of thwarting future attacks because they're not there. And she called Opération Sentinelle absurd. Opération Sentinelle, of course, that anti-terror attack, that operation that Hollande launched after November last year.
Yeah.
There's also a Front National MP who says, you know, what about those 2 days between when that car was parked there and and when we found it? You know, what happened then? Again, more critique against...
Well, it's easy to criticise, isn't it?
It's always easy to criticise.
How difficult it is to prevent these attacks.
Exactly. But we do get some, you know, happy tweets. Thank you, bravo to the police for once more thwarting attacks. So, you know, it's not all bad. And I just want to show you this. There is a little bit of humor as well, once again drawing links between Islam and terror. This was apparently overheard in the newsroom, not ours. Apparently it's a radicalized car. No, it's not.
A new tactic, one to watch. Let's change topics, shall we, and go to Rio. I just mentioned it there briefly in the headlines. Of course, the Paralympic Games, the opening ceremony in just a few hours. There's been a lot of problems in the run-up to this ceremony, but the organisers are now starting to breathe a sigh of relief, aren't they?
That's right. And, you know, around the world, we're sort of seeing this push towards getting the Paralympics recognized as the veritable sport that it is. Look, Google always changes its doodle.
The doodle, yes.
The Google Doodle has changed in honor of the Paralympics, which I think is very nice. Rafael Nadal, you know, wishing the Spanish team good luck. And you know, the French Sports Ministry has actually launched a campaign under the hashtag coup de sifflet, or the whistle blows, coup de sifflet against prejudice. And they've been posting photos like this, trying to debunk those myths about the Paralympics. You know, oh, her medal, this is what it says here, her medal, it must be made out of chocolate. Or, you know, the Paralympics, that's not really, you know, nobody cares about it. Well, no, that's not true. And that's what The Guardian says in its article today. It says, you know, 4 years ago in London, there was enormous enthusiasm. Of course, these games have been marred by certain problems. But the point is, the athletes and their competition should be seen for the true sort of sporting talent that they are. And UNESCO also posting some photos of this Syrian athlete who lost his leg in a rocket attack.
Okay. Inspirational stories all around. And just briefly, Apple's iPhone 7 is out. People have been sleeping outside stores again, have they?
Well, you know, they're not happy. They're not happy at one thing, and that's the headphone jack, which is going to be gone from the next iPhone. And, you know, the iTechies are very upset about this 3.5 millimeter little hole that connects our white earplugs.
What does it mean? You can't plug your
you won't have a headphone jack anymore.
Why?
They're ushering us into the new world. Well, as this user says, the headphone jack has gone to Apple heaven.
Right.
You'll have to connect your headphones wirelessly or via Bluetooth. And even former Apple co-founder Steve Wozniak says it's not a good idea and it's going to put a lot of people off. He personally doesn't like wireless or Bluetooth. But what's interesting is Vox, the website Vox says, you know, this is typical of Apple. Apple, you know, it is their legacy. And I quote from Vox, you don't ship great products by doing surveys and giving people what they want. You ship great products by coming up with ideas that are better than what people think they want.
Well, we'll have to wait and see, won't we? It's all getting a bit too technical for me. Deeptika, thank you very much indeed. Deeptika Laurent there.